beautiful Wednesday, September 7th, here in Middle Tennessee, as you take a look live at downtown Nashville and Broadway, 5th Avenue, Bridgestone Arena, and several of the honky tonks here in downtown Nashville. Looks like we've got some movement along the roads around 10 o'clock this morning. That's always good. Got a lot going on, and looking forward to such a great show. We've got obviously your top three stories will be coming up here in just a few minutes. We've also got Jason Michaels, the Magic Man, coming your way at 10:30. We'll tell you what today's National Calendar Day is. Always look forward to that. We've got a ton of great stuff to get to and looking forward to it. I hope you guys will stick around with us throughout the remainder of the hour. But first, we welcome in the co-host, Justin Coolett. Justin, how are you?
I'm good, Chris. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Just trying to get the day started off right, man.
For sure, man. Yeah, those clouds look like they're creeping in a bit.
Yeah, it is a little cloudy outside. It's been raining a lot here recently, so hoping that the rain might stave off for today. What do you think it might happen?
Well, I could tell you what I think, but we could just bring up this graphic that the homie Chris Yao made. How cool is this graphic, everybody? Leave your comments below about how awesome this is. But before we do that, the weather today is brought to you by Roy's Meat Service. It's an awesome place to get a meal and pick up some steaks, burgers, even to cook them at the house. The owners and staff are super cool there at Roy's Meat Service. It's your Nashville local meat shop. And I know a lot of people are going to Nashville, so why don't you stop by Roy Meat Service? They have a great beer selection, bologna sandwiches, mac and cheese, RC Cola. I mean, if I haven't already gotten you to get in your car to head there now, I'm not sure what else I can say. But as far as the weather today, it is partly cloudy. There's a 15% chance of rain with 64% humidity. And to be honest with you, Chris, I'm not sure if 64%, just because humidity is so bad here, is 64% good?
It seems like it's probably not so bad. Listen, we've had some days where it's far worse, 80%
That's true.
sometimes. I mean, so yeah, I don't think 64% is my favorite, but it's certainly not bad.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
yes.
Only 15% chance of rain today. I think that's a good day for us. I think. Now down here in southern Middle Tennessee, I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be like, but you see that UV index of 8 out of 10. That means that the sun is going to be out some today.
Yeah, the sun is out here to party.
Well, you see it peeking around.
Yeah, and when I see 15% chance of rain, what I see is 75% chance of fun in the sun.
There's that. Fun in the sun is always good. I love fun in the sun. I'll tell you, my kid loves to be outside in the sun and playing in the water, and it's not surprising considering that I too, as a child, was very much into that. So,
like water, as in like splashing the puddles, or you're going to the swimming pool?
Well, we have like a little plastic pool, obviously. So we just put her on the deck, and then we've got one of those sprinkler things where you hook the hose to it, and it just
love the sprinkler.
It's like a little mat that fills up with water, and then the water pressure inside the ring around the mat just like shoots the water up through little holes that are poked into it. It's awesome.
Oh, that's fantastic! I bet you have to fight the urge to run through it yourself.
It's a lot of fun. We have some fun with that. There's no question there.
What's your favorite? Sorry, before we get into the top stories, what's your favorite water ride, or like water activity?
Well, so if we're going like theme park rides, it would have been Opryland's log ride.
Oh, at the old theme park.
At the old Opryland theme park.
I love log rides.
But any of those water slides that you see, like I don't want to be the guy that went down the one and then came. We saw that video, right? Where
the half pipe.
Yeah, like no thank you. I'm not here for that. Because I would be that guy like flailing in the middle of the air. I wouldn't be very graceful about it. And then when I hit the water, it would just be brutal.
Right. I fear like kind of the same thing, but like, when you go down and you're like, wow, I'm going really fast. And so you make that curve and you can kind of look back at like where you dropped off at. And my fear is seeing everybody's face go,
Yeah, I was being like, oh gosh, what's
you're
going
not
on?
supposed to be that high.
How do you feel about wave pools?
I used to love wave pools when I was a kid, but then I went to the real ocean and like, how fun it, or for me, like how fun it is to crash into those waves. So if you go to a wave pool after that, it just feels like I don't know, like you're just in a bath that's slowly doing this.
Now, have you been to Nashville Shores?
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay. I've not been to Nashville Shores. I want to go, but wave pools are basically just giant toilets.
Exactly. That's exactly what it feels like. I went there on one of the hottest days of this past summer to Nashville Shores because we got season passes because it's a great deal. And I was running towards the water, like could not wait to cool off, and it was lukewarm. And I was like, nope.
That's unfortunate. Like that's you're just waiting, you're hoping.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I like about. And listen, I've swam in Percy Priest, and I didn't die, thank goodness. It's not, but like when you get down to about that 10-foot mark, and the
Mhm.
water gets like super cold,
Yes.
that's what I like.
Me too. Yeah, where it's like, whoa, how did
Yeah.
this get this
Where
cold?
did where did this come from? That's where I like to be.
Absolutely.
Big fan of that.
Me
So
too. Me too.
it's getting that time though where pools are closing and water parks are closing, and but it's crazy because here in Tennessee, it might be 85 for the next month and a half.
Right. Is that like a protocol thing for so if you're a water park or a pool, is it like a government thing where you have to shut down at a
No, I
certain
think
day?
that's just how it works. I mean, most people just
Right.
use Labor Day as that cutoff.
Got like an unspoken kind of like, all
Yeah.
right, we're done now.
Now, I mean, so there are places like that, maybe private gyms or private places like down here in Columbia, we have Muletown Rec that keeps their outdoor pool open until probably the end of September.
Right.
But I mean, look, it's football season,
Yep.
school's in session.
True.
So who's using it?
Right. I bet the maintenance, especially like on the big ones, there's a Jimmy Floyd Center here in Lebanon. It's just like a huge, huge pool with like 20 lifeguards. So yeah, I guess economically it would make sense to shut it down when no one's coming.
Right. So there you go. Hey, real quick before we get into anything else, it's happy, and I see you wearing your Titans gear. Happy NFL Eve.
Oh yeah,
Football
man.
tomorrow. That's
Oh
exciting.
gosh. I'm so excited.
Southeastern Conference announced their men's basketball schedule today. Tennessee will open on Wednesday, December 28th at Ole Miss, while Vanderbilt will wait until 2023 to open as they host South Carolina on January 3rd before going to Missouri on the 7th. Tennessee's home opener is January 3rd as well as they host the Bulldogs of Mississippi State.
That will be a great game. I can't wait to see Hendon Hooker, 5 touchdowns, 2 rushing.
Yes, very much. The Big 12 SEC Challenge this year includes Texas coming to Tennessee.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so,
awesome.
Vanderbilt and Texas A&M, South Carolina and Georgia are not a part of the challenge, and they will play one another. South Carolina will be at Georgia. Vanderbilt will be at Texas A&M.
Biggest upset of the year, Vandy takes Texas A&M. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I mean, in basketball, would that be an upset?
Oh, I thought you were talking about football. Sorry.
No. This is basketball schedule.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah,
I was going to say.
it would be I don't know if I guess Texas A&M was in the SEC championship game last year.
Yeah. And Vanderbilt's always been pretty solid at
Decent
basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It would be an interesting game for sure.
In football, though, that would be an upset.
In football, it would certainly be an upset. Just a little one. Yeah. Texas A&M's top 10.
Right.
Anyway, let's take a break. We've got a lot to get to. Looking forward to it. Top 3 story. Oh no, wait! Before we get to our top 3, I have to show you this. Go to the slides and check out slide number 2.
All right.
This is from a
oh
viewer.
Dear.
It's from a viewer in and I can't remember exactly where they are. Hang on, I've got their information pulled up right here.
Either those deers are dancing or throwing hands. I cannot tell.
I'm pretty sure they're throwing hands, but the viewer said they were dancing because they were looking forward to rut season.
For what season?
Rut season. So like when you can't shoot deer.
They're like, yes, we made it another season.
And Houston County.
Houston County, nice.
Ray Elliott. This was taken behind my mother's house. The deer are so ready for rut season, they started dancing together. It's pretty funny.
That's great. That's fantastic. Have you ever seen 2 kangaroos fight? That's what it looks like without the legs.
Like. Yeah. And I don't want to be anywhere near a kangaroo that's fighting.
Now, I honestly don't want to be near a fully grown kangaroo ever.
I don't even like the ones at the zoo.
Yeah, like the baby ones.
I won't even go in there.
Yeah. They give you this look, man. It's such a mean mug. It's like, please come over here so I can kick the ever-living crap out of you.
And they will. They will punch you right in the face.
Yeah, they'll punch you. It's like, use your legs. And they're like, nah, I want to hit you in the face.
All right, let's take that break now. When we come back, today's top 3 stories coming your way right here on Mornings on Main Street Media TV.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is, we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're gonna have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
Hi, this is Melissa Hoisington, Regional Crisis Director from Volunteer Behavioral Health. Disasters can affect everything in your life, including your emotional health. Help is available during these uncertain times. The Tennessee Recovery Project is a free, supportive resource for adults and children who have experienced the effects of natural or human-caused disasters. Specialists are available for counseling by phone or in person. For free, confidential service, please call 833-954-2424. The hotline is open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Move forward with the help from the Tennessee Recovery Project.
Do you love bacon? I mean, do you really love bacon? Who doesn't, right? The 3rd annual Murfreesboro Bacon Fest is coming up Saturday, September 10th. Admission and parking are free. The Bacon Festival will feature live music, food, and craft vendors. And did I say bacon? You can ride a mechanical hog ride. Visit the Kids Zone with free inflatables. There will also be hourly raffles with great prizes and an opportunity to purchase Bacon Festival merchandise. And did I say bacon? Yeah, there will even be a bacon eating contest. Visit the 3rd Annual Murfreesboro Bacon Festival Facebook page for all the details.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
Welcome back in. 2 mornings on Main Street. Chris Yao, Justin Cooley coming to you live up from downtown Nashville. Look at there. Beautiful shot of Broadway and Bridgestone Arena. Got a few cars on the road this morning, Justin.
You know, we do. And I have a question. So a lot of people work in these establishments that are here on this strip, right? So where do they park?
All right. So I used to work at one such establishment.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, if you are a Broadway worker,
Mhm.
typically you are going to park at like Music City Center where it's like $10. And I mean, there are certain places where you just kind of know where to go.
Like secret places?
Not really secret, but like you just know that you don't, you're not going to park at 4th and Commerce where it's $25.
Right. Oh,
You
you're
just
saying
kinda-
like you kind of know where the good deals are.
Yeah. You
Gotcha.
just kind of know where the spots are. But yeah, you have to pay to park.
Man, that is unfortunate.
It is. So when my wife worked at Regions, the Regions building right there at
Mhm.
4th and
Yeah, the big
Commerce.
one.
Yes, One Nashville Place.
Yes.
Across the street, there is a parking deck, and she would pay like $85 per check.
Like it comes out of your check, right?
It just comes out of your check. So it was like $160 a month for her to park there. What, 20 days?
Oh my goodness
$2,000
gracious.
a month.
So that is, I mean, I know it's not the sexiest thing in the world, but owning a parking garage, that's where the money is. I mean, it's gotta be.
There's almost no maintenance involved. I mean,
Exactly. It's
keep it
automated.
painted occasionally, and you might have to fix a gate here and there, but
Yeah.
that's it.
All you have to do is hire one grumpy person to monitor the big thing that goes up and down, and then you're good.
Pretty much, keep the elevators working, that sort of thing. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty lucrative deal.
Yeah, no, it seems like it. Same thing for automated driving ranges. I don't know if you've ever been to one, but genius.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, and yeah, so where you put your money in and it's like a vending machine, and like 25
Yes.
balls just kind of come into a bucket, and then you take the bucket with you.
Yep, talk about self-automated. You don't have to do anything except go pick up the balls.
Just hire one grumpy person to grab the golf ball picker upper.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I actually know some folks who have a driving range similar to that, but it's also a bar.
Oh, great idea.
Yeah,
Fantastic
so-
idea. Good for them.
It's redneck top golf is what it is. There's just no points involved.
Exactly. Yeah. Just hit it out there. We'll go get it with a lawnmower.
And so, well, and that's the thing. Like, seriously, they have like maybe 8 or 10 stalls, and then there's a big. They've got a big projection screen out there for football, and then a stage for music and AstroTurf on outdoor bar. It's pretty genius. It's called Range.
What is this? Yeah. What is it called?
It's called Range 231. It's in Montgomery. Go check it out.
I have to. That sounds amazing.
When I go to my grandmother's every year for Thanksgiving, they have a big Thanksgiving Day bash with local artists that I'm friends with. So we always go on Thanksgiving. It's a blast. The karaoke inside, band outside. It's great.
What's your go-to karaoke go?
You're asking a karaoke junkie.
I know. I love it. So your first one.
You have a go-to, but I usually warm up with something like Jim Croce.
Bye. What do you say?
Jim Croce, Bad Leroy Brown or something like that. And then I'll end the night with either Walking in Memphis or Never Been to Spain by Three Dog Night.
In the night. I love the fact that you just said that.
I mean, those are the ones that blow my voice out. So
I love
sing
it.
after that.
I love it. Yeah.
I did win a karaoke contest once singing Anything Goes by Randy Houser.
Oh,
and
nice, man.
I was at the Mule House one night, and the guy who wrote that song was there, and I got called up on stage for some kind of contest or whatever. It was a lyrical contest, and I told Blair Garner, who owns the Mule House here, I said, just got to tell this guy, thanks for writing Anything Goes, because I won $150 one night in a karaoke contest singing it.
Right.
And Blair was like, okay, you can't tell us that and then not sing it. So I had to sing it in front of the guy who wrote it, and that wasn't great.
You were like, I mean, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not ready. And then you take off your shirt. You got a tuxedo on. You're like, I mean, yes. I could do it.
I guess I could sing a bar or two.
You really put me out here, but
that's exactly what happened. Anyway, let's get into today's top 3 stories. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll start with NASCAR. It's NASCAR Wednesday on Main Street Sports today at 2:15. Today we will talk with Heather Williams of WCYB TV out in Bristol, who is our resident NASCAR expert. But it was announced recently, I think late last week or early this week, I'm not sure, that Nashville will be once again home to Champions Week. The Champions Week celebration will be held November 30th and December 1st, with the NASCAR Awards held December 1st at Music City Center to formally crown the season's NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Camping World Truck Series champions. Fellow drivers, industry personalities, and celebrities will take over downtown Nashville for the 3rd year to celebrate an unforgettable 2022 season. Pete Jung, SVP of Chief Marketing Officer at NASCAR, said in a news release, we are pleased to announce our return to Music City for a celebration to crown our series champions. We are delighted to bring this celebration back to Nashville once again, as the city's energy and passion for motorsports never ceases to amaze us. We're looking forward to being back following the conclusion of the 2022 season. The formal postseason awards is a tradition that stretches back to 1981, when the event was held in New York City. It was located in Las Vegas in 2009, then called Nashville its home for the first time in 2019. They've seen a tremendous turnout from Nashville fans, not only at the racetrack, but for the celebration of Champions Week and the Burnout on Broadway. They look to continue the tradition and conclude the season at one of the most iconic cities in the country. So NASCAR's coming back to Nashville, baby.
Love that. Love that.
It's huge. It really is. So.
Have you? So you've been to races before, right?
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite one that you've been to?
I've not been to Bristol yet, but I'm working on getting there. So there's that.
Gotcha.
Probably Talladega.
Oh, Dega.
It's a party.
It is, man.
It's more of a party.
For sure. I've been to, me and my dad, in one of his past jobs, worked really closely with Allstate. So we went to the Brickyard, which was so awesome. And we got to go to Bristol as well. We did the whole camp out thing right before, or the night before.
Party too.
Oh, it's fantastic. And the track, I mean, it's small just because of what you read and what you see on TV, but I It's insane that they can even attempt or think in their mind to go 3 wide on that track. It's just crazy.
At 72 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Like that's how it is wild. It is
Yeah.
wild. And that's why I love the race. It's a great race. It's a lot
For
of
sure.
fun. Down here in Murray County, Justin, commissioners and local government officials gathered last week for the groundbreaking of a newly approved judicial center. The outgoing commission unanimously approved a $30 million funding budget for the center on August 15th, which was the last meeting of their term. The project will use funds from the American Rescue Plan Act, litigation, court fees, and adequate facilities tax, coming at no cost to taxpayers at this time. The Judicial Center, which will be built on the grounds of the former Daily Herald building, has been needed for some time now, Don Morrow, outgoing chairman of the Murray County Commission, said, as talks began back in the 1990s when he served the first time. We looked at plans back then for $45 million, he said. Now Morrow said the $1.8 million paid for the property, which was bought last year, is worth twice as much. I believe it's going to be an asset to the county and downtown, he said. Sheriff Bucky Rowland, who was also in attendance, said there will be business conducted at the center that has nothing to do with criminal cases. The Judicial Center is much more than just the criminal side of things. To put all of our resources under one roof and to have much better layout is going to be huge. Circuit Court Judge for the 22nd Judicial District, Chris Sockwell, said it's also going to allow for more efficiency. It's going to allow to get more cases taken and in a more efficient manner, he said. We don't want justice to be delayed. Now we'll be able to have 2 to 3 jury trials at a time. As for concerns surrounding the $30 million budget and whether the cost may increase over time, developer Steve Hewlett of Hewlett Spencer said he plans to work with the approved amount. When you have a budget, you figure out how to live within that budget, he said. That's what we have to do for the county. The county has said we want this, but we only want to spend $30 million. So we're going to work on how to figure that out. Phase 1 of the project will consist of an entire demolition of the existing building, mass grading, and an installation of utilities and a building pad. The National Alliance on Mental Health Illness, NAMI, Tennessee, is encouraging individuals experiencing mental health crisis to use a valuable and potentially life-saving resource. As easy to remember as 911, the new 988 phone number will connect callers with mental health professionals with the 988 Suicide and Crisis Helpline, formerly known as the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. 988 is available 24/7 to anyone experiencing a mental health crisis, substance use issue, or any other kind of emotional distress, not just suicide-related cases. People can also dial 988 if they are worried about a loved one who may need crisis support. 988 is a game changer for all Tennesseans, said Jeff Flayden, executive director of NAMI Tennessee. If you or anyone you know is experiencing some kind of mental distress, you can call or text 988 and you will be greeted with compassionate and accessible mental health professionals on the other end of the line. For far too long, this burden has fallen on our 911 operators and first responders, and they are finally getting some much needed help. NAMI Tennessee applauds the Federal Communications Commission's commitment to establish the 988 hotline, which began in 2020. After more than 2 years of advocacy and planning, the hotline opened July 16, 2022. With 988 now available nationwide, anyone can call or text the number or use online chat services at 988lifeline.org and be connected to trained crisis counselors who are part of the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline Network. They are trained to help anyone experiencing mental health crisis or emotional distress, and they are able to resolve 80 to 90% of calls over the phone. For those individuals who are in imminent danger, they should still call 911. We know that 988 is going to save countless lives. We applaud all of the partners and agencies that are working together to provide this invaluable resource to people experiencing a mental health crisis, said Alan Bartles, board president of NAMI Tennessee and longtime behavioral health executive. Justin?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready for some more useless knowledge?
I am so ready for it's useful to me.
The first 911 call, in what city was it placed?
Let's see. Oh, what city? Florida. That's a state, Chris. Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, Florida. Great guess. Not really even close. The answer is Haleyville, Alabama.
Haleyville, Alabama. So that's the first
And
one ever, as in like,
the first 911 call ever placed was placed on a phone in Haleyville, Alabama, from the office of the mayor. They still have the phone in the city hall there, and they had on their city signs it says where 911 was born. True story. And the only reason I know that is because that is where my mother lived for several years, and my brothers went to school at Haleyville Elementary School. So
I wonder, and not to make light of because 911s are for emergencies, but I wonder if when you call, they answer, original 911. How can I help you?
That's exactly what they should do. Thank you for calling 911 Haleyville, where 911 was born. What is your emergency? No,
Oh my God, help me.
That's not how it works.
I'll tell you what, we may need this hotline after our next segment, because my mental health may not be that great after Jason Michaels blows our minds.
He literally blows our minds.
Yeah.
Yes, Jason Michaels, the Magic Man, is on and waiting. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, he will join us here on Mornings on Main Street. This is Main Street Media TV. Stick around.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime, and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
Hey everyone, I'm John English. This is Keith Wallace, and we would like to welcome you to John English Antique Sports and Cards in Shelbyville, Tennessee.
We specialize in graded and ungraded sports and non-sports cards, vintage wax boxes, and unopened cases. We have a large selection of PSA graded cards. We also specialize in old sports collectibles, baseball, football, basketball, golf, and tennis. You can find it all at John English Antique Sports and Cards.
We are happy to be associated with Nashville's greatest sports antique, George Plaster.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor-trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor-trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor-trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Serving Williamson and surrounding county.
I highly recommend Sumner Funeral and Cremation because of their caring nature and attentiveness to detail.
Pre-planning your funeral now will bring you peace of mind and less stress to your loved ones. When the chaos of losing you happens, your family can honor and celebrate your life, knowing things are happening just as you wanted them to. Pre-planning determines the details of your funeral, cemetery services, and can be less expensive. We are honored to serve you and are always here for you in your time of need.
Sumner Funeral and Cremation. Traditional, affordable, dignified. SumnerFuneral.com.
Jody Jones Dentistry can handle all your dental needs, from the basics to cosmetic procedures. All of this in the nicest dental facility I have ever seen. Jody has done it right. They're located conveniently at 55 Music Square East, and for an appointment, it's simple. Dial 615-259-5100 and tell them Plaz sent you.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. One area I can help with is if you are newly or nearly retired, or maybe have changed jobs and have an old 401k account. You may need more information to help you clearly understand your options. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email Eric at rockcastlewealth.com.
get another look at downtown Nashville here on this Wednesday, September 7th edition of Mornings on Main Street. I'm Chris Yao, joined as always by Justin Ford. Glad to have you guys with us here today. Looking forward to another fantastic day of fun, excitement, because Justin, guess what?
What's that?
We have on the line with us
Yes,
the Magic Man, Jason Michaels.
the boy.
Jason, welcome in. I have a question for you.
Okay, hit me.
What do you call a dog that does magic?
I haven't the slightest idea.
A labracadabrador.
Oh!
Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Labracadabrador. Okay. All right. That's interesting. You know, I'm going to I actually am working at a magic conference this weekend, and I'll see how that joke goes over.
I want to hear about it next week.
Yes.
that place is going to erupt.
Chris, I am so proud of you for keeping that to yourself until we got to this segment. That was fantastic.
Yeah, you know, the hard part of telling jokes is like holding it together. That's always my trouble. That's why.
It's a struggle, man. We do dad jokes on this show a lot, and that one I've been waiting to use. So I'm glad that we could meet one day, so I didn't have to hold it in any longer. I don't know how much longer I could have held it.
Absolutely. Well, how are you guys doing today?
Doing well, man. Doing well. How are you doing, Jason? You're over here traveling the world, doing some shows, killing it, blowing people's minds, I'm assuming.
It's been fun. It seems like everything that the pandemic slowed down has like really ramped back up again. It's taken a while for everything to get where it needs to be, but yeah, that's why occasionally I'm not on with you guys, because I'm out of town somewhere last week. I mean, I was actually on the show last week, but then I had to go to St. Louis for some shows and some stuff like that. So I'm just enjoying entertaining audiences again. That's the thing that gives me joy.
There you go.
It's the thing that I am passionate about, making people laugh and smile and have fun. And so I actually have some cool tours coming up in the next couple of months that I'll tell you guys about later on, but some interesting opportunities to entertain some very deserving folks. So
heck yeah. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. You deserve all the recognition you can get, because live tricks on air is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I tell you, I remember when we very first started doing this, I was like, how is this going to work? You know, it's like, this is wildly different. So it's super fun. And I'll tell you that if folks like what they see me do here, you know, sort of through the screen, they definitely need to check out my show. And we can talk about that in a minute. But I have something cool for you guys.
Yes.
All right, what have you got?
So here's the deal. Sometimes magic is very overt, very just impossible to miss, like super visual. Things like making somebody magically appear out of thin air or levitating, you know, that type of stuff. Sometimes that's what magic looks like, but that's not always what magic looks like. Sometimes magic looks like something that's a little bit more of a strange coincidence. And that's what I'm going to share with you here today. I'm going to show you the tabletop. Let me change the point of view. I have some playing cards. The ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of clubs. I took these cards out of a deck of cards because it was an old beat up deck of cards. I also happen to have this, and I will bring it to you. This is just it's a little card with, I put a question mark on the card. Now, it's not, I say it's a strange coincidence, and I'm going to show you. It's actually, I just have some numbers printed on the back of the card. But what the question mark is because I've been trying to figure out what these numbers mean, and we'll get to that in just a second. So I'm going to take the question, the little card with the question mark. I'm going to place it on the table next to the cards themselves. Now, here's the deal. Here's what I need. I'm going to have both of you participate, and we're going to kind of go back and forth. So we can start, and I'll tell you what's going to happen as we do this little demonstration. So I have the cards. In a moment, Justin, we'll start with you, and then we'll go back and forth. And here's what you're going to do. And let me just kind of explain it so it makes sense. Right. We'll start with you, Justin, and you're going to choose between the following. You're going to choose switch or don't switch. Now, it's going to be completely up to you. Now,
Okay.
and let me explain to you what's going to happen based on what you say. So let's say you say the word, the words "don't switch." I'm going to take the top card. I'm going to lay it onto the table. So basically, what is going to happen if you say "don't switch" is I'm just going to lay the card down. However, if you say the word "switch," watch closely. I'm going to take the top card. I'm going to switch it for the card underneath it. And then the two cards together will be laid down on the table like so. Now you should be able to see that the two cards that I just switched are now out of order. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so this is what happens when you say don't switch. Basically, the card is not switched.
Gotcha.
And this is what happens when you say switch. So
Got
the
it.
cards end up out of position. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
To both of you? You're on the same page with me?
It does. We're good.
Okay, so like I said, I will simply say this. Like I said, we'll start with you, Justin, and we'll alternate and go back and forth until we run out of cards. And you are going to start by choosing switch or don't switch, and you get to say switch or you get to say don't switch, and then it'll be and I'll do whatever you say, and then we'll move on to the next person. It'll be their turn. So, what would you like to do? Switch or don't switch?
Let's switch it right now.
Okay, so we're going to switch the first one. All right,
Yes,
next.
sir. Let's do switch.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Me or Chris?
Chris, what are we
don't
going to do?
switch.
Don't switch.
Don't
All right,
Oh, I'm
Justin.
sorry. I'm gonna go switch. Sorry about
All
that,
right.
Chris.
Chris,
Switch.
all right, switching. Justin,
Don't you dare switch.
Chris,
Don't switch.
okay. All right, there you go. Done. You guys chose, you went back and forth. You chose between switch and don't switch. And it felt to me, it felt very random. And I don't know, you didn't know that you were going to be doing this. And I think that you were just kind of going with your gut instinct because I may have said something like go with your gut. So here's what's interesting about this. I'm going to square the cards up. What's interesting about this, I'm sure everybody has had this unique, it's not really a unique experience. It's happened to, I think, pretty much everybody, where what happens is like you hear a song, like on the radio or on your phone or whatever, and that song gets stuck in your head, and maybe it sometimes, I don't know if you've ever had the experience where you fall asleep and you've got a song playing in your head, like it's like a soundtrack, but this, you've had the experience before, I'm sure. Now here's what's interesting. A few days ago I had that type of an experience, but it wasn't with a song. It was a very OCD type of thing, and it was with a series of numbers. And that's what I showed you a moment ago, the numbers that I wrote down on this card. And the thing about it is this numbers sequence was running through my head over and over and over again, and I couldn't figure out what it meant. So what I did was I wrote it down on the card, which I showed you a moment ago, and I looked at it, and I analyzed it, and I tried to figure out what does it mean. And at first I thought, well, maybe this is a phone number, but it's not. It doesn't even have the correct number of numbers. And then I thought, well, maybe it's like a security code or something like that. Here's the thing. Ultimately, what I realized is that this sequence of numbers is a strange coincidence. 342-189-675. And the reason I call it a strange coincidence, 342-189-675, is because of the first three numbers. And the reason that matters is because the first three numbers are 342. Now, the entire sequence of numbers are 342-189-675. And the reason these first three numbers are important is because the first number is a 3. The next number is a 4.
Don't do this. Don't do this to us.
The third number is a 2. 342. The first three numbers are 342, and then it's 189-675. Now, I also call this a strange coincidence for another reason. I call it a strange coincidence for another reason is because if you're looking at the numbers, you see the first three numbers are 342. The next three numbers are 189. 189. 342, 189. And the last reason this is a strange coincidence is because of the 6, the 7, and the 5. There's the 6. There's the 7, and there's the 5. And that is a strange coincidence. There you go.
I don't believe in coincidences, Jason.
Wait.
I know, you know what? I don't either.
So you're a sorcerer, and this is proof. I love doing these segments because when people ask me, hey, is magic real? Yes, it is.
It's really, there's no question here. I mean, hey, I'm card tricks are my favorite tricks.
That's awesome.
I mean, they are just, it's incredible how you can manipulate actual physical things to be where you want them to be. And that is, it's remarkable. It
And
really
the showmanship there, Jason, was amazing. How you were talking about, I just had this number sequence in my head. I couldn't figure out why.
You can't look. It's truly just one of the most exciting things in life, to the not knowing something and watching someone else who has spent a lifetime trying to perfect a craft be able to do something and that's why I like football. That's why I like sports, because I'm watching someone do something that I wish I could do.
Or even learn to do.
But I don't have, I can't do it. Or I guess I could probably learn magic over time. But I mean, it's really fun to watch. I can't even begin to tell you. It's so crazy, man.
I have always loved that experience of mystery. And that is the thing that I don't know what it is about mystery, but when I was a kid, I fell in love with it, and I just continue to pursue it to this day. And so just so people know, just so you know, if you like this type of thing, if you enjoy, especially what they were talking about, sleight of hand, playing cards, things like that, I do perform a show almost every Saturday night. Not every Saturday night, because occasionally I'm performing out of town, but it's here in Nashville, and you can get all the information at my website, which is
this weekend,
the show name, mysteriesandillusions.com.
So this weekend you'll be in Philadelphia.
I have, like I said, I'm working at a magic conference. I'm going to be performing magic for other magicians. Can you even believe such a thing as that's tough, because these people, they're in the know. They kind of know what to look for. So it's tough to fool them.
Do you ever, do you do that in front of magicians? I'm sure y'all have understood respect for each other, so you don't probably do this, but are there any magicians that say, I know how you did that, like while you're on stage?
You know what? Usually if so, not that, but if they want to be kind of difficult, what magicians know is they're able to see certain patterns, like because maybe they've seen it before. And what they'll do if they're trying to mess with you is they'll, like, if you want them to, if like you're giving them a choice, they'll choose something that goes against the pattern that they think you're trying to work towards.
Gotcha.
And so, and usually the reason they do that is to see how you'll respond. It's almost like they want to see, how does a professional magician or another professional magician deal with a tough situation,
like thinking on your feet kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
A little adversity. It's just like sports, right? But you will be back in Nashville at the filming station on the 17th and 24th. For those of you who are looking to buy tickets, again, mysteriesandillusions.com/tickets if you want to check that out. There's a lot of great stuff going on, so make sure to check that out. There you go. That is general admission and VIP seating options. Man.
Well, VIP seating, Jason, does that mean I get to sit on stage with you?
So basically, you get to sit in the front row, which is like literally 3 feet away from the stage. I mean, like if people get to help out, it's usually the people who are in VIP seating because they're just right in front of me. And they also get a copy of my book, which my book is a cool story about a kid, myself, who grew up wanting to be a professional magician, and it tells that story, but it also teaches a couple of cool tricks at the end of the book.
Oh, that's awesome. I would live to be called upon to be a volunteer. So
there you go. Then you would be a VIP then.
Hey,
we'll check it out, Justin. We'll have to go down there one time.
Oh man, I would love to do that. That'd be like going to a theme park for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it is. And the cool thing about it is that people don't. So many audiences are skeptical, and they think, well, if I saw it myself in person, I would be able to figure it out. And I get that. I understand the mindset, but it is. I can only say this because other people have told me this. I'm not claiming it to be true. I'm saying other people have told me it is as good in person as you think it would, as you think it should be.
Right.
Really
I bet it is. I bet it is. Because I think it's probably like that childlike wonderment where when you do a trick, everybody's kind of looking at each other like, do you know how he did that? Do you know how he did that?
What's funny about that is that sometimes I like it when audiences respond, and sometimes the audience will sit there in complete and utter silence, and I'm looking at them and they're looking at me, and I'm thinking to myself, did they like that? And what I have to remember is they just got smacked in the head, and they're like, "What just happened?" And I'm going, "Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, I get it."
They're picking up their brain fragments from the ground.
Yep, exactly.
That's it. Jason Michaels Magic, mysteriesandillusion.com. Jason, thanks again for taking time with us. Always a pleasure.
My pleasure. See you guys next time.
See you, Jason.
Justin, let's take a quick break. When we come back, National Day calendar, and I got some more dad jokes.
Yes, I actually have one for you as well. So
Let's go for it.
All
We'll be
right.
right back after this on Mornings on Main Street.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is, we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're gonna have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com.
Do you love bacon? I mean, do you really love bacon? Who doesn't, right? The 3rd Annual Murfreesboro Bacon Fest is coming up Saturday, September 10th. Admission and parking are free. The Bacon Festival will feature live music, food, and craft vendors. And did I say bacon? You can ride a mechanical hog ride. Visit the Kids Zone with free inflatables. There will also be hourly raffles with great prizes and an opportunity to purchase Bacon Festival merchandise. And did I say bacon? Yeah. There will even be a bacon eating contest. Visit the 3rd Annual Murfreesboro Bacon Festival Facebook page for all the details.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links.
I was looking for a major where I didn't have to do math or science. And when I took, so my sophomore year, I just took a ton of different classes trying to figure out something I liked, and one of them was Journalism 101. And it was like, well, this is great. You get to ask people questions and find out about them and then write about it. What could be better? So that's how I got into it.
Have you heard about the high levels of radon in Middle Tennessee? Radon gas is the second leading cause of lung cancer, second only to smoking, and has no color, no taste, and no smell. The only way to know if you have radon is to test for it. Duret Radon Mitigation offers testing for small and large-scale residential and commercial properties, plus mitigation services. Visit DuretRadonMitigation.com to request testing or get a free estimate for mitigation. That's DuretRadonMitigation.com.
Welcome back in. It's Mornings on Main Street. I'm Chris Yao. He's Justin Kulik, and we are coming to you on this Wednesday, September 7th, which Justin is also known as is it National Enjoy a Beer Day?
It's National Enjoy Beer Day. Oh, here we go. Nice.
National Beer Lovers Day. Are you a beer lover? I'm not a beer lover. I don't drink beer.
I do enjoy beer, but it has to be like the certain circumstance. Like if it's a hot day, like we're at a baseball game or a football game, I'll take an ice cold beer. Hate warm beer though. Hate
it. Yes.
Yeah, cannot stand that.
I'll drink half of it and throw it away because I don't want the rest of it. It's not cold enough by that point.
Right, exactly. What are you like a cocktail kind of guy, or
Nah,
you just chug liquor, don't you? I'm just kidding.
almost exclusively whiskey. So yeah.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, you graduated from Whiskey University, so I mean,
master's degree in Whiskey University. Yes, that. And I do like ciders though. If it's a hot day and I want something cold, I'll drink a cider. But it doesn't hold up.
Have you ever had a high noon?
I have not.
So it's similar to White Claw, but it's a million times better.
Gotcha.
Because it's not made with like beer or whatever White Claw is made with. It's made with like liquor.
Gotcha. So I don't know.
Check it out.
Anyway, well, we got a couple minutes left, and I want to hear a dad joke.
Yes, absolutely. You got one, and then I'll go, and then we can just laugh forever.
Why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, we'd call them bagels.
That was a solid one. That was so good. Well, did you know that I actually have wrote a book on falling down the stairs?
No.
Yeah, it's a step-by-step guide.
So did you hear about the skeleton who walked into the bar? He ordered a beer and a mop.
Because it went right through him.
Lover's Day.
Oh, wait, that was awesome. You tied that in.
Exactly.
My girlfriend said, "You really have no sense of direction, do you?" Talking to me. And I said, "Where did that come from?"
Oh, phenomenal stuff here. It doesn't get any better than that on Mornings on Main Street.
No, it
Come
doesn't.
back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We'll have a fantastic show for you as well. It'll be the NFL football tomorrow. We'll have high school football tomorrow night as well, and college football. It's going to be a great week. So come back, hang out with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get our top 3 stories as always and much, much more here on Mornings on Main Street. This is Main Street Media Television for Justin Kulik. I'm Chris Yassing. Have a great day.
Go Titans, baby.